Okay, so normally I do not make hate videos whatsoever. Ever since the whole drama with Cinematic Venom, that has since been resolved, we're on very good terms. I have just not wanted to get involved in drama or internet feuding or anything like that. But I don't consider this a hate video. Uh, it's much more serious than that. I consider this a warning video. Those of you who are up to date with my online presence probably know that I'm pretty heavy into the Jared Genesis community. And for those of you who don't know, Jared Genesis is a 38-year-old lolcow living in his disgusting childhood bedroom with his parents, who has openly admitted that he would date 8-year-olds. So he's not a good guy, but he does make hilariously terrible videos that me and the rest of the community love to meme, love to laugh at, love to react to. And Jared's greatest rival is Krist, the 30-year-old boomer. And what do I think of Krist, the 30-year-old boomer? Well, I think he is a disgusting, cowardly, immature, sociopathic, and dangerous terrorist who needs to be locked up for the rest of his natural life. The Jared community tolerates Krist's degeneracy on the basis that he has heavy archives of all of Jared's old and deleted videos. I highly disagree with this stance on two major points. One, he can't even archive Jared's content right. Many of Jared's live streams, which were his most entertaining, albeit horrible, videos and content that he produced, have been taken down from Krist's archives, either on the basis of copyright or YouTube general use of service. He has one job, one redeeming aspect of his entire personality and character, and he can't even get that right. Two, I would actually argue that Krist is even worse than Jared, and honestly, that is a feat. I won't mince words, Jared is a horrible person with a sick desire to victimize children, but at the end of the day, he's far too stupid and too lazy to actually hurt anyone. He basically is a sedentary blob who lives in his childhood bedroom all day, making terrible videos and jerking off. He's not really a threat to anyone. He's not going to take the effort to actually harm anyone. It would require too much effort on his part. And even his alpha army of so-called fans, I can pretty much guarantee you that every single last one of them is a troll trying to make his life more miserable. Krist has followers. He has supporters and enablers willing to help push his agenda of hate and fear. Even in the Jared Genesis community, as sick as it is, as ashamed as I am to be a part of a community that could help foster that and encourage that, or even tolerate it on any level. And if you take one look at Krist's Twitter feed, it is filled with attempts to incite white supremacist violence. Now, Krist, if you're watching this, and I know you are because you watch pretty much every video made about you, why don't you go out and do this? Why don't you go out and try to cleanse America purely for whites to create a homeland for your people, as you say? No, instead, your cowardly ass tries to incite your hateful followers to commit violence in your name. Your ass is too scared of getting arrested or shot, both of which you very much deserve to be, so instead, you try to get your followers to go do your dirty work for you. This shit is illegal as fuck, and honestly, you should be arrested immediately. But because you cleverly word yourself in a way that your wished violence isn't imminent, and because Twitter's policy against hate speech is an absolute fucking joke, you can spread your hate and fear without ever having fear of repercussions. But honestly, I haven't even gotten to the most disgusting thing that Krist has done, and that would have to be when he mocked a grieving mother because she was black. Back in July, there was a tragic shooting in San Pedro, Los Angeles, and an interviewer spoke with a mother who didn't know if their child was even alive. And she explained that because she grew up from a Crip background, I don't know if she has family members in the Crips, I don't know if she grew up in an area where the Crips were in power, she was used to violence. So sadly, the news of a school shooting was something that she was used to. There were many shootings in her area, and that tragedy was something that she had come to expect.
Well, when you dealing with different hoods, what do you expect? Because it's the weekend, and I don't know. I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm from Santana Block Crip, so it's gonna do what it do.
Well, I hope your adoptive son is okay. That you're able to get a hold
but
of
I
him.
heard that he passed.
Yeah. Okay. Hopefully that's not true, but it is.
Now, I can't believe I even have to say this because it's very clear to anyone with even an inkling of empathy, but it's very clear that this woman is in shock. She's still just recovering from the news that her son might be dead. Krist's response to this video is one of the most evil, twisted, soulless things I have ever seen in my entire life. And I've known a lot of bad people, so that comes a lot coming from me. Just take a look at this tweet and tell me with a straight face that Jared is more dangerous than Krist. If you are so evil and so twisted in your agenda that you're going to turn your ray of bigotry and hatred against a grieving mother for not grieving correctly and trying to use that to dehumanize her, you are scum. You are the scum of the earth. So, Krist, if you're watching this, thank you for the video idea. I hope you liked the video. I do find it very amusing that you seem to be clamoring for some kind of race war and seem to view yourself as some kind of savior for the white race when you're too much of a spineless little bitch to open up the discussion on your YouTube channel or any of your alt YouTube channels because you know that dozens, if not hundreds of people will call you out for the monster that you are. No woman will ever want to fuck you unless they are drunk. One look at your receding hairline, let alone your social media platforms, any of them, should be enough to drive any sober woman 300 miles away. The world will be a better place when you are either dead or locked up in prison, and I don't like you on any level. Bye.